One-on-one?
Who? Me and her?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst editing in movies.
Spectacular! Spectacular!
You look so sinister.
For this list, we're looking at movie scenes from the past 60 years that fail to achieve their desired effect due to mistakes or poor decisions made in post-production. Number 10, Alex Cross vs. Picasso, Alex Cross. Tyler Perry plays James Patterson's FBI hero in this 2012 adaptation, which culminates in a final face-off with the villainous Picasso inside a crumbling theater. It's a fight to behold for all the wrong reasons. This sloppy sequence boasts infrequent and mismatched editing, low frame rate slow motion, and overuse of shaky cam shots. It's a tough scene to watch, and it's not the only one. An earlier scene in Picasso's home features an obvious mirrored shot, among others that feel either too fast or too slow for what is meant to be conveyed. You can go ahead and cross this one off your watch list. Number 9, The Misfits, Bohemian Rhapsody.
So tell me, what makes Queen any different from all of the other wannabe rock stars I meet?
Love it or hate it, the production of this Freddie Mercury biopic was a bit of a nightmare. And for that reason, we are able to give this one a bit of a pass. How Bohemian Rhapsody was not only nominated, but won the Oscar for Best Film Editing is inexcusable in our eyes, though. You would think that a basic scene of dialogue between Queen band members would take some relatively simple editing, right? Instead, what we get here is edit whiplash, where we're thrown to a different band member every few seconds.
We want more. Every band wants more.
Every band's not Queen.
We understand wanting to invoke the frantic editing styles most commonly seen in music videos, but this is just taking it too far. Number 8, the painting Manos, the Hands of Fate.
Look at this.
There's no doubt about it, Harold Warren's cult horror classic is a mess from start to finish. The sound mixing and editing is amateur at best, but the real horror can be found in the movie's first half. Inside the mysterious Torgo's house, a sinister portrait of his dark master is frequently shown in awkwardly lengthy and unbroken shots, the longest of which lasts for a painful 19 seconds.
Oh, Mike, I'm scared. He has the meanest look.
It may have been deliberate, trying to produce the same discomfort in the audience that the characters feel. But age has not been kind, and today, the only reaction it provokes is awkward laughter.
You look so sinister.
Number 7, The Transitions, Hulk.
Ready room, send in our containment team.
It seems that Ang Lee took the idea of bringing a comic book to life on the big screen a little too literally. The Marvel Giant's box office gamma bomb suffers from an overly dark tone and poorly aged CGI, but the most frequent problem, hands down, is the stylized panel editing. During scene transitions and throughout the movie, the filmmakers chose to overlay shots on top of each other to resemble panels from a comic book. It did not work. Most of the transitions look like presets from any off-the-shelf editing software, and the results were far too cartoonish and clashed with the already established bleak tone. Number 6, the entire movie, Samurai Cop.
If you have anything against me, then book me. Otherwise, as they say, get the hell out of my face.
Even for a direct-to-video action flick from the 90s, it's difficult to know where to begin with this one. Even ignoring the lazy writing, amateur acting, and low production value, this cult film barely holds itself together. The movie clearly had no final sound mix, as evidenced by the blatant contrast of background noise on almost any cut between two shots. What's even worse, the movie has no creativity in how it's pieced together. An actor delivers terribly dubbed lines before cutting to another actor delivering their own terribly dubbed lines. Rinse and repeat. Throw in a few juvenile standard action sequences, and voila, Samurai Cop.
We are not an established gang yet.
Number 5, the Boardroom sequence, Battlefield Earth.
I am honored by your visit, Your Excellency.
This new millennium science fiction flop is panned enough for its cheesy acting and reliance on crazy camera angles, but its time in post did not do it any favors. The film is excessive in its use of slow motion, extensive wipes, and sudden cuts between characters. A scene featuring Turl confronting his superiors demonstrates this shoddy editing at its worst.
You must be looking forward to getting off this disgusting excuse of a planet.
I just want to do whatever serves the corporation best, sir.
With irregular slow motion and repeating dialogue throughout, the intent was to emphasize Turl's torment by his peers, but the effect just feels pointless and comes off as annoying. The film was so unwatchable that early audiences reportedly suffered from migraines. Mind-blowing sci-fi indeed.
Are you not aware that I graduated top of my class?
Quite an accomplishment.
Number 4, Mismatched Shots, Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Michael Bay is the man when it comes to adrenaline-pumping action scenes, but he doesn't take the same care everywhere else, and his movies suffer for it. The quieter scenes in his third Transformer flick showcase timing that always feels slightly off.
I'm Wang. Deep Wang. Deep Wang.
There are needless angle changes, as if attempting to keep the same momentum as the action sequences. Several scenes feature takes that don't even seem to match up. Clearly, low attention to detail is the issue. In one scene, Bay & Co. forgot to digitally add an Autobot into Shia LaBeouf's hands. Less than meets the eye? Number 3, Bryan Mills jumping a fence. Taken 3.
He's headed west.
Liam Neeson's third outing as America's most extreme dad was full of movement, but this 8-second splice in particular boasts a ridiculous 15 alternative angles of Bryan Mills hopping over a fence. In such a fast-paced franchise like this, editing on this level just ends up feeling like overcompensation for a lack of quality action. This is emphasized even further by the tense score running underneath the shots. The forced implication of high stakes onto such an arbitrary feat results in a level of absurdity you might find in Hot Fuzz. Really? 15 shots? You can't help but think it should have only taken 3. Number 2, the laundromat scene, Domino.
Ed, what did you do before you were a bounty hunter?
Tony Scott's retelling of bounty hunter Domino Harvey's life is littered with periodic freeze frames and slow motion. But for many, the exposition-filled laundromat scene stands out most for the wrong reasons. It features a variety of excessive angle changes without meaning or purpose, as if trying to add action to a quiet sequence. The final product is a movie scene with the pacing of a television commercial, hurrying to get all its information across in a limited, allotted time. Tony Scott has since acknowledged that he didn't, quote, let the movie breathe enough, and was, quote, overcome by the insanity of that world. We are inclined to agree.
What you looking at, darling?
Nothing.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
It will be spectacular, spectacular. No words in the vernacular.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the basketball scene, Catwoman.
One-on-one?
Who? Me and her?
In a superhero movie about Halle Berry using cat powers to stop an evil cosmetics company, yep, that is the plot. The last thing we need is a montage of her shooting hoops with her boyfriend. This scene is cut together without any real focus or direction, to the sounds of Mystique's Scandalous, and resembles nothing more than a poorly edited music video. Like many other scenes in the movie, the cuts are hella jarring, at times reaching a staggering rate of 8 cuts in 4 seconds, serving to confuse viewers rather than wow them. Failing to highlight our heroine's newfound confidence, this is one montage that should have been scratched.
Can we have our ball back?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.